Hi, today we'll be studying about the working of a clutch. So on the screen you can see the circuit of a clutch over here. So we'll be discussing about the purpose of a clutch, the parts of a clutch, and how actually a clutch works. So you should be knowing what's a powertrain. In an automobile, the powertrain is the power from the engine is taken by the transmission towards the rear axle, and it reaches the rear wheel. So this train of power transmission is called the powertrain. So here the two components we'll be talking about is the engine and the transmission, because the clutch is placed in between the engine and the transmission. So what's the purpose of the clutch? Engine runs all the time, but car wheels does not. So in order to stop the vehicle without stopping the engine, the wheels should be disconnected from the engine. That means when a engine vehicle is running, you apply the brake and stop the vehicle, you can see that the engine will still be running, but the wheels will be on a stop. So the clutch is actually helping or facilitating this. The clutch also allows to smoothly engage a spinning engine to a non-spinning transmission by controlling the slippage between them. So let's see what are the main components of a clutch. So here a clutch is shown over here. We have the clutch plate. This is the clutch plate. We have the pressure plate. This is the pressure plate, and this is the diaphragm spring. So these are the three main components of a clutch. So as I told you, the purpose of the clutch is actually to disengage the engine from the transmission, and also to smoothly engage the engine with the transmission. At this point of time, as shown in the figure, the engine is not linked with the transmission, so the clutch pedal is engaged at this point. So at that point of time, the clutch plate, so this is the clutch plate, is not linked with the flywheel. The flywheel is marked in black, and the clutch plate is marked. So you can see the clutch plate is actually not linked with the flywheel. That means the drive from the engine will not be carried by the clutch towards the transmission. So this is happening when the foot pedal is engaged, and when the foot pedal is off the clutch, what's happening is the clutch plate will be linked with the flywheel. That means the power produced by the engine will be reflected, or that RPM will be reflected on the flywheel, and that power or torque will be taken by this clutch, as the clutch is linked with the flywheel, and it will be transmitted towards the transmission. The clutch is actually a part of the transmission, and the flywheel is a part of the engine. So I hope you understand how simply a clutch works. So this is what a clutch is doing. Flywheel connects the engine, and the clutch is a part of the transmission. So the engine drive can be taken by the transmission only when the clutch is engaged with the flywheel, and when it is disengaged, engine will freely rotate without transmitting its power towards the transmission. So that's how a clutch is working in a manual transmission vehicle. I hope you understand it. For more details, you can visit my blog www.techtricksinfo.com. Clear photographs and theory will be available over here, and my YouTube channel www.youtube.com/techtricksinfo will give you more technical videos on automobile technology. Thanks for listening.